Might want to tell the DM.
Hey, DM, I've got poker night on the 12th, but we're already not going to have a thing.
Blurbity blurb, blurb, blurbity blurb, 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 blurb. Blurbity blurb, blurb, blurbity blurb, 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 blurb. Okay, that should be volume now. What that let me load. Give me my fucking message, please. No? Okay. Fuck me, I guess. Anyway. Hello! Welcome back, guys. I know I look like I'm ready to die. Today was a long day at work. So we're gonna kick it off with some announcements. Start, well, obviously, tonight. Origins campaign. Gonna be the origins of Charise Ogelund, the Void Terror. That's tonight. Tomorrow we have a game. Island of Cruelty, of course. You know, the usual. I think we have a game tomorrow not tomorrow, on Sunday. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, anymore. The brain is somewhere over there. But I will be checking in with Warcloud and Rose Warrior about that stream on Twitch. Wednesday, hopefully we'll be continuing the Meat Wagon. Friday, there will not be a stream. Multitudes of people have things going on Friday, so I think the only person that doesn't have things going on is Sayuki, I think. But other than that, things are going on, so next Friday's Origins campaign will not be happening. But hopefully next Saturday will be. Hopefully. I do say hopefully. As for any other announcements, I have been working on getting that playlist made up for the Origins of Alabaster Syrup to make things a little more happy and easy to follow. Unfortunately, it seems that there are some videos missing from the beginning, so I apologize, but we be picking up on those videos where it be picking up on what I got, because I don't got everything for those videos. Apparently they went kaput and disappeared, which is very unfortunate because the beginning was kind of interesting. Other than that, I don't think I have any other announcements. We'll go through our lineup like usual. Hopefully I have everyone's attention. Okay, do we have any announcements? A has announcement. Okay, maybe. Hold on. I have to put you on the big screen and unmute you. All right, go ahead.
You forgot our tech support.
Oh, I did. Tech support. We love you. Thank you for everything. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Why does it? Okay. Stumblr. Zone. Okay. Perfect. Then we have no other announcements. We can dive right into tonight's session and not waste any more time because I am apparently running late today. Yes, I am. Last we left off, you guys had met quite an interesting woman and then dealt with quite a catastrophic event as both this woman, Morgan Le Fay, and a dragon kind of attacked the castle, and after some tense running moments down and up some stairs, trying not to get crushed by multiple versions of debris, and escaping the castle, and Merlin catching up with you guys, looking definitely worse for wear and teleporting you to another city, the only elven predominant city in the region, specifically the city, well, village of Hran, located within the Forn Elder Forest, and not too far away from... Don't say that name, that's the wrong character. Not too far away from Mavakri's monastery. And I had to make sure we got the right word because there's a lot of things. Also realizing that there seems to be something up with Estelle, and a lot of the people seem to know her very well. As a matter of fact, you guys have heard mentions of them referring to her almost in a royal-like fashion. Not too long after, finding some medical help, though, Merlin asked you guys for a favor, while at the same time was unable to give you any other information regarding certain events, due to a previous vow of silence, specifically on the River Styx. Unable to speak on it. I can't remember if everyone went to bed or not. I don't remember. I really don't.
Ellen went outside with Merlin to work on some magic. Bavakri went to sleep.
Right.
I don't remember what Priscilla was doing. Think he went to sleep?
That was kind of undecided.
If I remember, it was Kellen had managed to pull off a duality spell.
With Ice Knife, yeah.
Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, it was...
Mind Freeze.
Yeah, Mind Freeze. A combination of psychic and cold damage. And I believe that there is where we left off. Merlin kind of trying to get his bearings again after, getting blasted. I mean, he's hurt. He's still recovering, but seems to take it in stride.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Very well done. Very well done.
Thanks.
Totally remember how tired I am.
I mean, it's just like, oh, my pride.
Not quite his pride. He's not worried about his pride. Oh, I'm blinding everybody. What a
Now you're
difference
spooky.
That makes. proper lighting.
Um,
Kind of straighten himself back up. Stretch a little.
do you know on the way back to the capital, if there are any things that we should probably know, or
Well, the forest is full of dangerous creatures. The lands are full of dangerous creatures. Including the barbarish. Well,
they're not
as
really dangerous as
Mavakri said,
untrustworthy.
the people of the land.
Well, they're just a little untrusting because of how people treat them.
I'm fully aware. But it never hurts to practice some caution. I mean, there is a war camp of theirs not too far from here. Well, outside of the woods, I should say. Between
Okay.
the forest and Peleus.
All right then.
I think
Are there any?
Sorry, go ahead.
Are there like any books in the library that may pertain to some of the creatures of the forest?
The elves have quite a bit of knowledge. Not quite as much as Mavakri's people do, but quite a bit of knowledge.
And,
I would speak to the elder you met earlier, the Lord. He would know more.
okay. Then I'll leave you to go sleep, and I'll go into the library and try to brush up and try to find a couple of books for the journey.
Do try to get some sleep yourself. It is getting fairly late.
At some point, the books became my pillow.
Isn't that a fact? No.
They're coming.
Good rest to you. He'll kind of hobble back off to his room.
And Kellen will kind of like he'll kind of just move like swiftly through, trying not to wake people, because it is getting late. So just head to the library.
Mavakri, Priscilla, anything you guys are doing?
She did, like, I guess take a short rest. Like she went to go check on Tin.
Ah, yes.
And then had decided to
And Sir
rest.
Bradford said, not to worry.
Yeah.
Bayford. My bad. Bayford. Did I mention? Long day.
You are definitely struggling, my friend.
Like, I know what I want her to do when she wakes up, but
Priscilla, anything in the time being?
No, not that I can think of.
Well, we'll start then again with you, Kellen. You do reach the library. Notice the kind of librarian is working on closing up.
Is it okay if I look for one more book before you close this library?
I mean, are you looking for anything in particular?
Just maybe a book on the creatures of the woods, or maybe just something that will help us know what we're
Wildlife.
dealing with along our journey. Yes.
I suppose we can get you something so that you can look at it outside of the library. Please do not leave the town limits with it, though.
Okay.
Lady will kind of wearing spectacles. I'd say, you know, looks late 20s, early 30s. And we'll walk down a couple rows of books, grab one off the shelf. This will have your basic features.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Now, with no rudeness intended, it is late and I do have a family to return to.
Certainly. And Callum will kind of run off over back towards the manor.
As you exit, the same lord that had greeted you when you first came here, seemingly coming to check up on the librarian, it's, you know, pretty late. For some reason, the lights are still on. Nearly run right into him. Like, oh, Helen, was it?
Yeah, hi.
Good evening.
Should I say goodnight? How do I...
It's fine. Where are you off to in such a hurry?
Well, I was gonna look at this book because I wanted to be prepared for the journey, and I was wondering if some of the creatures that we would encounter along the way would be in here, so I thought it would be a really nice reading opportunity.
Well, a word of advice. I mean, I understand Merlin keeps a lot to himself. But if you are looking for information, anything in particular, there is one lady nearby who knows as much, if not more. For the right price, she might offer information on things that you guys may be seeking.
Information? Do you maybe know what type of price they usually offer?
Usually that's something she sets upon the visit.
Okay,
Though if you do go out there, I advise bringing both of your party mates with you as well.
sure. Does she have a name?
I'll let her introduce herself.
Anything we should look for when we get there?
Mind your manners. She's not quite as meek as she looks.
Thank you.
Just don't forget, it's just north of Hran here.
Would
About
I
a
have
half
to...
hour's trek through the woods.
Half hour, okay. I'm not allowed to leave the village with that, with this book, so...
You could always leave it in your room, where you were tended to.
Okay. Thank you. And he'll scurry off.
Can't help but notice he almost watches you with a curious look as you scurry off in the opposite direction before turning to check on the librarian. By about this point, Mavakri, you kind of come out of your trance. Sir Bayford still sitting awake, kind of humming to himself.
I do have a quick question. So, Mavakri always has a book on her of like whatever topic. and I had chosen stealth, and she's been studying this for about a week or two now. Would that affect like my stealth bonus or anything?
No. Not yet. Takes a little bit more study than a week.
Well then, that nixes the original. Oh no. She'll probably get up and do her like morning routine.
Morning.
Essentially. Just essentially that. Just stretching out from
So
resting.
Took what, a short rest?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what this time span is. She was going to bed. Like,
This is very
that's what she was
shortly
doing.
after. So, you're trying to long rest. That would be 4 hours. In which case, you would not be awake yet by the time Kellen gets back.
Yeah, probably not. Because that was my advice. Like, okay, we are done for the day. It's been a long one. We're going to bed.
Yeah, well, then you are not awake yet. Kellen! Moon high in the sky with the information you've been given.
I guess he'll go back to the manor. I wasn't expecting to get.
You guys aren't at the manor. You guys are still at the hospital tree.
Oh, the hospital tree. Okay, my bad. My bad. Kellen would probably just like scurry over to the hospital tree, kind of like, you know how someone like gets a new book and they're really happy about it, or like a new game, and they just really want to just tear into it. Yeah, Kellen's in that childish mood where he gets this new book and he's really happy about reading it just to absorb the knowledge inside of it.
Okay.
And he kind of just like scurries over. I don't have dark vision, do I? No, I do not. Okay.
In 2 seconds, I have a DoorDash to pick up.
Yeah. So
2 seconds.
I was
are
checking
up.
for. I was checking for dark vision, you know, just to check to see if I needed a candle, and then. Yeah. So, well, actually, can you create a? Yeah, you can create instantaneous light with prestidigitation, right?
Small one, insignificant one.
Yeah, so kind of like a little nightlight to read books with, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and use that, and then prestidigitation's great. So he's probably like sitting on like just like maybe a bench or something, just like opening the book. There's like a little shadow dimmed over his face. He's just reading through the creatures.
Make me a con save to stay alive.
Okay. I have dice. That is a 12 plus 4, so 16.
You're definitely getting tired. I will say after about an hour of reading, you're starting to understand the fact that if you don't get to bed soon, you're not going to get a long rest.
Alright. So,
Most of
Kellen
what
would-
you're reading also at this point is
Mhm.
your typical forest animals. Deer,
Gotcha.
rabbits, stuff like that. You didn't exactly explain specifically of what you were looking for like you did
No, that's
to
fair.
Merlin. So, very basic animal life.
Still useful information. And when he realizes this, you know, it's still an informational book, so, you know, he's still happy about it, but he'll kind of scurry up to his bed.
Alright.
Wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but this will do.
After you pass out. Now, Mavakri, about 3 hours later, you wake up. Sir Bayford is actually passed out at this point. Just
It finally went to
Full,
sleep.
full snore.
Okay. So now she'll do her morning routine.
Okay.
Just stretching. A brief moment of just meditating to build that connection.
Yeah, you feel it come back now after a long rest.
Yeah, probably be relieved about that.
Uh-huh.
Probably take a moment to try to, like, I guess, in her mind, like, fortify it, if that makes sense, because of that scare. Like, then she will also probably get up. She's gonna grab that book from her bag. Check to kind of see if Tin's still asleep.
Oh yeah, she's out cold. I mean, she got walloped pretty hard on the head by a lot of bricks.
Yeah.
We all did.
Tin got bubbernucked.
Then she'll probably kind of check on everybody else first.
You find both Kellen and Percy out cold. You have no idea where Estel is. No.
Yeah, probably not in the room they last
idea.
saw her in.
No.
Figured. And then she's gonna make her way to the library.
The library is definitely not open at this hour.
Not open yet. Aw.
No, the library isn't open for probably another 4 hours. Remember, you could only need a 4-hour rest. This lady literally closed up 2-3 hours ago.
Okay. I mean, would my library access help with this? Because I'm likely to gain preferential treatment at other libraries across the realms. And I feel like, in all honesty, she may have visited this one at least once before.
There's no one here to get preferential treatment from.
I don't know what the fuck she's
home.
gonna do then, because, like, outside of that and just meditating some more, then everybody else is asleep. I mean, I guess she can try to find Estelle, because that's about all she got going for her.
Okay. If that's what you would like to do, you can make an investigation.
Okay. Do 2. $13.
It takes you a while. I'd say give it about an hour and a half, 2 hours, before the thought crosses your mind that she seemed to have a connection to that manor.
Yeah, that's kind of honestly where Maverick would probably look first, was maybe for whatever reason she decided to visit her old home or whatever.
It would have been the absolute look of venom about the place that she gave it that probably made you think maybe she didn't go there first.
Yeah.
Checking some other places, like looking in the trees where she, normally rests.
Oh, maybe she went there. No, she didn't seem to like the place very much.
But after about an hour, hour and a half of searching around, looking up in as many trees as you possibly can within the city limits, you eventually make your way to the manor. And you notice in one of the upstairs windows there seems to be a candle light, lightly illuminating the window.
Is the, like, front door open or anything, or...
It looks closed.
Okay. Just because it's Maverick, she'll probably knock on the door to see if there's an answer at first.
No. No. You could hear it echo throughout the inside of the place.
Yeah.
The emptiness and abandonment that this place has experienced. Very clear.
Yeah.
Almost
Like,
a
okay.
layer of dust falls
It's
off
safe to
the
say
knocker.
it's abandoned. It's likely her that's in here. We'll just go in.
You head inside. As soon as you walk in, the first thing you notice is, for shits and giggles, why don't you just make me a Constitution saving throw to not sneeze your ass off from the layers of dust?
Oh my god. Constitution?
Yep.
Hold on, before I do this, I need to make sure that... I keep forgetting. Okay. I just want to make sure. Six.
You lost by 2. You immediately. as
Good
that
thing we were trying to stealth our way in here.
as that dust just invades your nostrils. But after the initial, sneeze attack, kind of glance
seizure.
around and you notice these statues or
Busts.
busts, yes, thank you, of what looks to be different elven males with these other photos above them, multiple generations. And in the center of the room, in the entryway, you notice this large basin made out of this very fine silver mithril. And as you approach, kind of walking in, you notice the center of it is stained, almost rust-colored.
Is it rust, though?
Do you choose to investigate further?
Yep. Because it's Mavakri. 16.
You kind of look at it a little bit, you're kind of confused for a little bit, trying to figure out what the fuck this is. And at one point you kind of run your finger along it a little bit just to kind of test it out, rub it between your fingers. Definitely not rust.
Yeah. I feel like Mavakri's probably read in a book vaguely somewhere about the, durability of mithril. So I'm like, I don't think that's... No, this is not rust.
That is not rust at all.
She's probably pretty intrigued by the busts in the murals as well. Because, it's one of those things where she's read about it, how, most other lines are all about the paternal rather than the maternal. So those kind of make sense, but it's a weird concept for her because of her lineage, and it's all women.
Yep, and here it's all men.
Yeah, and here it's just all men. I'm like, it's interesting to see the other side of this. But it's also confusing just because it's not just men in those families.
At the end of the hallway, though, you notice there's a stairwell that goes kind of up and then splits into 2 different stairs going in opposite directions. And behind that, you notice there's another large painting. Standing at the very back is a dark elf man. Skin is almost the color of night. His eyes a vibrant purplish pink that seem to glow against his skin tone, along with his long, bright white hair that flows down his back, dressed in very regal clothing. And then sat next to him as a woman. Elven. Kind of like a chestnut kind of skin tone to her. A few freckles dotted across her cheeks. These bright, I remember, green eyes. And this very warm smile. Long, dark black hair that almost seems to be dreaded and braided in different places, almost tribalistically.
Okay.
And sitting on the lap of this woman is a young girl. This semi-deep but pale tone of skin, the woman's eyes, but the man's hair. The girl can't be more than, in accordance to what you would look like as a human, 5 or 6 years old. Unlike the older female figure in this photo, or this painting, the girl almost has a very familiar dead stare. You can almost see the trauma.
Okay. Would it be safe to assume on who this is?
Considering you're not completely familiar with the people in this painting, I would say no. There's similar features to someone you know, but it's hard to tell between said person and the age of this child.
Okay. She'll just make a mental note of it, I guess, and then try to find what room the light source was coming from.
When you were outside, it was kind of up and to the left.
Okay. That's the way she'll go, is take the left staircase and...
You take the left staircase, walking on the very, very fine, royal almost, lavender rugs.
Dust-covered rugs.
Yeah, very... They seem darker than they should be. That's probably, the thick layer of dust on them. Except for these rugs also happen to have a set of footprints in them.
There are probably some pretty distinct footprints through this.
Yep. They don't leave as much of a footprint as you do. Almost someone very gracefully walking along these.
Skillful, one would say.
And as you kind of head up the stairs and start walking down this hallway, there's room after room after room. None of the doors are open. But you notice one about midway down the hallway, a slight glow kind of comes out from under the door.
And again, because Maverick, she'll knock on the door and kind of like crack it a little bit.
You knock and crack, there's no answer, and as you open the door, you don't see anyone inside. What you do notice is on the far side of the room is almost this shrine with the woman from the painting earlier. And a few candles lit across it with some other miscellaneous flowers, spices, and incense. That's what you
Stop
did when
it.
you first came in the room. Ugh. Or in the house. And the room also has a single bed. It's not... In accordance to the rest of the house, this room is very drab. The bed is almost like a bed that, the servants would use. Not much for someone of regal birth or marriage.
Okay.
And as you're kind of looking around the room, you notice by the altar that there's also seems to be quite a few parchments, or pieces of parchment, with what looks to be writing on it. Do you speak Elvish?
Yes.
You notice quite a... You catch a quick glimpse, and the first one is Dear Mama.
Oh, no. Oh, we're just gonna hold it. Oh, God. Maverick looks at the letters.
Okay.
Out of curiosity for information.
This is one of those moments that translator is gonna
The
come in
one
handy.
time I wanted her to roll low. 15. God damn it.
Oh, he's typing something.
I'm scared. Why did she have to look at these damn letters?
It's roleplay.
Yep.
She's too curious for her own damn good.
It is both a blessing and a curse.
Mhm.
That is what's on the first one.
I don't see anymore. Goddamn this character.
Does she continue going through the letters?
Oh. Ugh. Please be low, please. No, she doesn't.
Puts it down.
She looks at the other one.
The next one is, Dear Mama, very sorry he made me do it. I didn't want to hurt her, but it was either you or her.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. You can notice that some of the lettering is almost smudged, as if water had dotted the surface. You notice there's also a bit of rust-colored coloration to the bottom of it. What looks to be a thumbprint.
Oh.
And other splatters. Keep reading.
Please. Oh no, she realizes what these are and is like, we're gonna stop. It would probably be better.
Put the letters down. You notice that the flowers that are currently set in a vase right now looks very fresh. You know what these flowers are? These are death bells. They are fresh. And as you're kind of taking everything in, you hear the creak of floorboards not too
Yeah.
far behind you.
Probably.
All you hear is enjoying a bit of light reading.
As a player, I'm so sorry. I hate my character so much. Oh god. I don't even know what would she even say to that.
You didn't even get to the dark letters.
Yeah.
There's 10 of them total.
Thank God I was rolling for her to stop.
And the farther down they get, the more blood covers them. Mavakri's smart enough to figure that bit out.
Yeah. I'll admit I was curious. We don't usually put altars like this in my monastery.
I would appreciate it if you'd leave.
Very well. Are you going to be alright on your own here?
She just steps out of the doorway, off to the side.
Okay. The rest of the group are resting now. And then she just leaves.
Start heading your way down. For a second, you almost feel a tap on your shoulder. But this is after you've left the room.
She'll stop and
Turn and look. No one's there. You do notice a piece of parchment on the floor that was not there before.
she'll pick it up.
Pick it up. Immediately recognize the handwriting. And there is a lot of blood.
Yeah, we're not gonna open it. We're just.
Oh, it's
she's
already
gonna...
open.
Oh no, she's not gonna read it though. She's realized what these are. So she'll kind of, I guess, turn back around. Like,
Door's closed at this point.
she'll knock on the door.
No response.
I don't mean to be invasive, but it appears there's a letter outside
No
that may belong with
response.
the other. God damn! Open the door.
You go to try and open the door. It seems to be locked.
Oh my god.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Eight.
With an 8. Can't quite tell what's going on. But something tells you that something isn't right. You almost feel like you're not where you were before.
What's that?
You almost feel closer to your quarry.
Oh.
And I mean, not mentally, but physically.
Oh no.
And all you hear vocally is, "You shouldn't be here." Which kind of bounces off the walls. Very familiar voice. You've only heard it once before, but very familiar voice.
It's in that voice? Oh! Okay.
And as you kind of turn to try and figure out where the voice is, down the hallway, this almost ghastly figure, semi-translucent to light bluish white. A
Would that
woman along
would that
down.
confirm where she's at?
You're not where you were before.
Oh.
But you see this woman with long black hair. The only other coloration that sticks out from the blue is the bright green eyes.
Okay, given that it's Mavakri, she deals with a spirit of sorts. She'll probably approach this
Every time you
figure.
start getting closer, it almost seems to drift away. As soon as you get to her where she was before, she was at kind of like the end of the hallway towards the stairs. By the time you get there, she's at the bottom of the stairs. It's almost like she kind of stops, looks back up at you before turning away, and immediately turns and walks through one of the doors closest to the stairs. The door...
Mavakri's probably trying to talk to her, like, during this whole process. I'm just like, excuse me, did you by chance drop this letter? Oh, I see we're still... Is there somewhere you're wanting me to take it?
As she walks right through a door. One door that kind of is very different than the rest. There seems to be a very heavy lock on this door. The door itself seems to be made out of an iron material. And you notice this rust coloration to the doorknob. No, it is not rust. Because it is iron, so technically, it could rust. But
Okay, so is it the same rust coloration
oh yeah.
as what's on the letter that she's holding?
Oh yeah.
Is there a keyhole on the lock?
There is not.
Okay, let me see if she... How bloody is this paper? Like, is it heavily saturated?
It has quite a bit. It's almost like whoever was writing it was bleeding quite profusely when they wrote it. Or
Okay, so...
were covered in somebody else's blood.
Okay, so... Okay, hear me out. Here's the theory behind this. So there's no lock on the door, but it's obviously covered in what Mavakri has figured out as blood. This paper is also saturated with it. The thought process is if she were to take that paper and, like, hold it onto the lock and just kind of carefully drip water onto the paper to kind of, like...
I'm gonna throw something out there. You haven't even tried the doorknob yet.
Okay, I mean, sure, she tries to...
It's not locked!
Okay! Well, you were emphasizing the lock on it, and it was safe to assume with all the other goddamn doors in here, it was locked. Especially with a specialized lock.
You notice these stairs. A heavy stone. And a lot of red.
Okay.
And there seems to be this light flicker of light coming from downstairs. This bright blue light. Shadows dancing across the walls.
Does she see the spirit or anything, or is it clearly they went down?
She's standing at the base of the stairs and then immediately walks in the direction of where that light's coming from.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna go down the stairs.
You head down the stairs, and as soon as you head down the stairs, you notice the room has these ever-burning torches. The flames are this bluish color, magically enchanted to burn forever. On the far end of the room, only thing you see first is iron bars. And in that what looks to be cage are chains and shackles. The only other thing in this room that sort of draws your attention is a old rickety wooden table, and upon it sits two items. What looks to be a black dagger and a whip.
Malricky's gonna take a minute to read the letter.
You
Given the surroundings are pretty intense right now, like, okay. There's a connection between these two. It's getting interesting, guys. Okay.
and the unlegible parts are the where blood
Yep.
soaked it.
Yup.
After reading the letter, your eyes fall on the dagger. This dark energy kind of emanates from it. You then notice in the cage something you didn't see before. As the spirit of the woman wanders through the bars, up to the shackles and disappears. See a skeleton, arms currently tangled like this, and the head's kind of lulled back. And you notice long black hair kind of falling off of the skull.
I don't want to be curious anymore. I would like to change.
And a
Character's directive.
very, very familiar gown that you've seen the spirit walking around in.
Oh no. Are the bars locked?
You walk up to the bars are doors open. Whoever, closed, whoever was down here last figured whatever was in this cage was not getting out. Hold on. Hold that thought. Hold that.
How are y'all sleeping? You having good dreams over there?
They're like, we're free from this pain.
Sounds like I read a nice book. Percy's probably dreaming unmentionable things. Maverick's like, I'm not where I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be. God
I mean,
damn.
You could just straight up admit that you're dreaming unmentionable things.
As you get in over to this cage, you notice that there's looks to be a piece of parchment in the gown.
He picks up the parchment.
Pick up the parchment. Notice there's a very, very fine scrawl.
Hmm. Oh, I don't even get to decide if she's reading it or not. It's immediate.
My, it's Mavakri. She would read it at this point.
Yeah.
I think
Honestly,
we've established that.
yeah, because she's wanting to know why she's here. Though she shouldn't be here.
No, she
If I'm where I'm
No.
thinking. To be fair,
Two people told her to leave.
she tried to leave. To be fair, she tried to leave.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. Estelle told her to leave. She's like, okay. And she went to walk out. She felt the tap on her shoulder, thinking it was Estelle or something. I was like, hello? Oh, this piece of paper. Tried to return the paper because it looked like it was the same.
Yep.
And all of a sudden
I
was,
see.
you shouldn't be here. And it's like, this
Instead
place
of
is
slipping the paper
familiar,
under
but
the
it's
door
not.
For Estelle, instead of slipping the paper
No,
under the
you
door
see,
for
the
Estelle
transfer
and
to
saying,
that
"Here you go,
world-
done," and
Door lock
walking out the
clearly
door.
said, do not disturb. And then
Guys.
there was a spirit.
Guys, the transfer to that world, or that boundary, occurred after the tapping. When she turned around, she allowed it in. She allowed herself to get drawn in.
Mm-hmm. At any point, she could have said, "Nope," dropped the letter, and walked out.
I don't think it would have mattered. She was already where she's not supposed to be, which I have theories on, but with an 8, we're not sure for some reason.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
I'm finding out things I shouldn't.
We're good friends. Don't worry about it.
Curious.
This is doing wonders for my notes, though.
I'm sure it is. Mama
Just
Greasy's
leave it like
doing
this.
for her own damn good.
You get to make more notes.
Yay!
I don't understand how this cat is comfortable. He's on my lap, and he's wedged himself between my lap and my desk.
You're probably warm, so the cat thinks it's comfortable.
Yeah, but he's got the desk, like, pressing him down.
So? Can you say what's comfortable for Copper?
Apparently not. There is not a thought in this head.
He's just a little furball.
He ain't that little, but he is a furball.
No, he's still a little furball.
He's kind of a chonk.
No, he's a furball.
Yeah, he can be a chonky and a furball.
He's an adorable furball. Get it right.
There you go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Don't use my words against me. Or don't try to make me
The
spin
most
my
adorable,
words.
chonkiest, floofiest, airheadedless floofball there ever was.
Listless.
So while the DM's typing, what'd you have for dinner?
I'm still eating it.
Or what are
What'd you
you
get?
having for dinner?
Taco Bell.
Nice.
Right now I'm
Just
going to town on these little
quickly?
like Cinnabon things. And then I've got a
Ooh.
quesadilla and a Doritos Loco Taco because I've never had one before, so I was like, maybe I should try
Nice.
one.
They've had that for years, and you've never
I
had
know, I'm aware.
Okay. There was a time that anytime you got like the $5 box, you got a Doritos Locos Taco.
And then I got these little sandwiches. Oh, God.
You know what
I
the worst
thought,
part about this
as an
is?
intellect, she would be safe from the emotional trauma. Turns out she was incorrect with that, but we all know I'm bad at math to begin with, so...
No, she's more safe. You're not.
Yeah, I'm very good. She's just like, what is this? Okay, yes, dead body. I see. What is this? Final note to loved one? Curious. I'll make a note of that.
Kalistars learn to control their emotions.
Which is funny because that's kind of the opposite of how Percy works.
One,
Oh
nearly
yeah,
void
first
of
lets them
emotions.
rage.
One, definitely full of emotions. Maybe one more than the other.
I love it. This whole time, like, Kellen read a book, got some rest. Mavakri meditated, that went into her trance, went and found whatever the fuck is going
The
on.
Shadow
now.
Realm.
Yeah.
Percy, sleep.
Never slept better.
Percy, sleeping.
Trauma aware. Can't hear you sleeping soundly.
Percy, having great dreams. Just don't want to know what those dreams are.
I just wish I had confirmation as to where she's at right now, because I only have theories.
Cat.
Alright, Kay.
Yeah. Oh no.
Looks smug.
Oh. Okay.
As you finish reading, the form comes into view. Notice out of the corner of your eye. This beautiful woman. Very soft smile. Do a little curtsy.
I think I understand why you wanted me here now. I will deliver it for you. Would you like me... I'm not sure if you have customs for this, but would you like me to lay you to rest? It seems a bit
He looks
wrong.
down at the skeleton. There's almost look of indifference. He looks back at the letter. There's a slight glimmer behind her ghostly eyes. You get the feeling that her body doesn't matter. Not what matters to her.
Oh, I see. Very well then.
You watch the forms slowly turn into speck. Almost. As you turn around, you realized what was different before.
Mm-hmm.
Everything seemed to have had this almost ethereal blue tint.
I'm in the fucking spirit realm. God damn it, I knew it!
And As you turn to walk out, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit. Actually, before she walked out, I was gonna have her look at the dagger, see if there was anything like
As you're
not
exiting the
touch
cage,
it, but like look at it.
As you exit the cage, a wisdom save.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay, hold on. Oh thank god. I have advantage on these. Roll fucking high for once. Okay. $20.
For a moment, you look over to the dagger. Feel this pull. Go over to examine it. Not touching it. You almost get drawn and start to hear these whispers. Take it. Plunge it. Kill. And immediately you feel, do not listen. As your quarry immediately makes his presence known in your mind and completely overwhelms any urge to pick up this dagger.
We try to break it. Honest, my theory is like she takes her quarterstaff and tries to smash it. Like, oh, that's wrong. No, thank
Make
you.
another wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit.
With disadvantage, which means you're rolling it flat.
Fuck, it's a 10.
You feel you want to hit it. You start raising your staff up, and as soon as you start to, you feel your limbs lock up. And not bring yourself to smash this dagger. Make me another wisdom saving throw. Now that you have spent more time in here, it is flat again.
It's fine.
You blink. And before you know what happened, in your hand is black glass obsidian dagger. And you're holding it like this, with it pointed toward you. Make me another wisdom saving.
I'm just gonna say I failed because I really doubt it's a low number to beat. Because it's a fucking 8. Because I'm assuming it's flat.
The next thing you know, your hands start to move on their own, to your horror, into the direction of your own stomach, about where the diaphragm is, as you feel the point begin to pierce into your gut, this fiery, inflaming feeling of something burning through your skin and flesh starts to take hold. You almost feel like something trying to ebb its way into your consciousness, almost trying to replace your quarry. And you feel something grab your hand and pull backwards with such force and surprise you had no idea someone was even in the room with you. And immediately the draw to stab yourself goes away. You did take some damage. So
Yeah.
you take 10 piercing damage and 6 necrotic damage.
Cool. So we're just. Yeah, that's great.
And you immediately, after seeing this blood starting to spill, the blood is not coagulating around the wound. You look up and you see Estelle. with the dagger in hand, takes it and quickly hucks it off to the side. You hear it clatter to the ground with a force that should have broken it. Head upstairs. Go, unless you want to stab yourself again.
It didn't particularly feel pleasant the first time.
Upstairs.
He's fucking going!
That still doesn't immediately follow. But give her 2-3 seconds. She's soon behind you. As she closes the door behind her, you hear her say something. What language do you speak? Languages.
I speak Common, Draconic, Elvish, Quarry, and Sylvan.
You don't understand what she says. You understand. You know the dialect because you've heard it multiple times before. You've even tried to read a little bit on it. As she speaks Undercommon, and you hear this loud clicking noise, and then this whirring as you watch the door itself. This big chunk in the door that you didn't see before starts to spin and latch with a heavy thump.
I do have this feeling that it was locked, and then somebody unlocked it so I could get in there.
Your curiosity is going to get you.
In all fairness, I was trying to leave and then requested to
And then your
retrieve something.
curiosity got the better of you.
No. I was actually trying to destroy the dagger.
It can't
In-
be.
I've made a note of that. Yes, as I did pick that up pretty quickly.
The man of this house imbued that dagger with dark magic. Specifically with dark magic of Vecna.
I see.
And you almost drug the eye in the hand that has been turned into Merlin and locked away in his vault directly to yourself.
I feel I should specify it wasn't intentional.
I am aware, which is why
My
you're
motives were slightly in a more, I guess you would put it, sympathetic manner. This is for you, by the way. I was asked to, well, not verbally asked, but it was I guess a feeling projected of sorts that you have this.
She will take the letter, which is, I'm guessing, folded up again. Then she will lead you to the door.
Where she was trying to go to begin with.
This time she's making sure you make it out the door.
Oh, there's this one too that kind of started this. It was in the hallway. I did try to give it back, but
She snaps her fingers and the thing goes whoosh right in your hands into ash.
Interesting.
Basically, she firebolted it, but we reflavored it.
Probably best.
Have a good rest of your night, Avik. And before you could say anything else, the door slams in your face and you hear a lock.
Oh yeah, she probably had already just turned around like, I should probably go talk to the medical tent. Essentially. I should probably see our host
I should
doctor.
seek medical attention. At this point, you notice a slight dawning of light off in the distance on the horizon, and you realize you've been in here for almost 4 to 5 hours.
That does track. It was the spirit realm. I moves differently.
Percy, you wake up at about a very early time, which you're not used to, but you also went to bed fairly early.
It was a long day the day before.
Yeah, he's like, I
You
need
kind
my
of
beauty sleep.
Wake up, stare at the ceiling for a bit, stare at the ceiling some more,
Eventually give up on staring at the ceiling.
get out of bed, get ready. About this point, Kellen, you wake up. You're probably passed out on the book a little bit.
Yep. I'm gonna just roll something real quick, just to see what happened. There's drool in that book.
My guy.
Yeah, well, you're
On the cover.
last I checked, you're a white half dragon, right?
Oh no.
There's not drool on that book. There are fine crusts across the book.
Oh no.
As if it sat out on a particularly more chilly morning. And as you guys are kind of waking up, getting ready for the day, maybe Kellen panicking a little more. Mavakri, you come back. Oh, also, you take 4 bleeding damage, as the wound is not closed. As soon as you get to the tree, Percy and Kellen, you come out of your.
She's not doing great, guys. She looks pretty rough.
You come outside and you see Mavakri bleeding from her gut.
What did you do?
Mavakri, you feel very, very lightheaded, and every now and again you hear that whisper. Kill.
You know?
Echoing in your mind.
You know what? Never mind.
Does she
come
see
here.
Percy?
You're a little bit.
Yeah.
Your vision is blurred.
We're
You're
gonna
lucky
up-
you found the tree.
We're gonna upcast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay. Walk up, kind of touch her shoulder. Alright, immediately the bleeding stops and the wound coagulates. And then you hear, "One day, girl, I'll have my due." And you feel the voice, the presence kind of drift off. Your vision stops blurring. You see Priscilla kind of like hand on your shoulder, like, "Hey."
How much did that heal before? 19? Okay.
Pretty sure you're fully healed at this point, or close to it.
I'm trying to math, okay? And I'm tired. 19 plus
19
6.
points. 25.
Okay. By 1. So, yeah. Okay, she's just gonna continue. Oh. Hello, Percy.
Good morning. What did you... You know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Do it. And you've got a hole in your shirt.
Oh, yes, it would.
And he'll cast...
I did impale myself.
He'll cast Mending.
Just as you're bending, I did impale myself.
Thank you, I appreciate the repair.
Are you okay?
Alright, I am now, thanks to Percy.
Yeah, I can't do anything about the blood, though.
Also, did I hear you impaled yourself?
Yes, involuntarily. I was, I guess you could say, possessed to do so.
Just, Kellen takes a step back.
I saw that coming a mile away. She's like, "Nope."
It appears to have abated. It's just us now, but it
Takes
was
another
also
step back.
concerning at
You
one point.
suddenly get this slight vision, Mavakri. For the rest of you, you guys watch as Mavakri hits her knees. Just suddenly drops. Mavakri, you see colors swirling. They seem familiar, comforting. You notice the edges start to darken, closing in on the colors that swirl around you, till nothing but darkness surrounds you, and your vision comes back. It seemed like a message. You've gotten a couple of these visions in the past from Corey. Usually, they're a little more concrete. Oh, that's it. That's it. Just cut to, you're on your knees, hands and knees, trying to, catch your breath.
What is going on with you today?
That's why we take steps back when we hear possession.
Come on, give me your hand. Get up.
As you guys are kind of doing this, as she's, catching her breath, you guys did notice her eyes completely black out.
Oh,
Just briefly,
What?
while she was in the midst of whatever this was. And this almost sinister smirk. Before she snaps out of it and starts breathing fairly heavily, almost as if whatever she just did nearly brought her to the verge of exhaustion.
Alright.
Okay?
We need to
What?
figure out what the fuck that was.
I would like you to mark down 1 day somewhere on your character sheet. From here on out, I want you to mark how many days since this day.
Okay. That's not ominous at all.
Da, 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 da. Let me go open my favorite book in the entire world, where the Dream Whisperers came from, and go find that particular curse.
You could not. You
Oh.
could not. You could just
Let's
say
just
you did and
not.
you didn't.
let's not.
That's not.
What curse?
I don't know, and I don't want to know.
You could just, not use anything from that book. That'd be great.
That's what we're saying. When does he ever listen to us?
Well, except the werewolves and the vampires, because that's actually pretty cool.
Anyway, go ahead. You guys can keep doing your thing.
Margaret, get up. Gotta dust yourself off. I feel I may need to get word to my monastery as intended.
How far is it from here?
Well, she'll kind of point to, I guess, the mountains wherever they're located around them. It's up there.
Okay.
May take a few days to get there.
We may need to ask someone to just take a letter.
I could try something. Hold on, where is it at? So it's the next day, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the boar is gone and I have 3 again. Trying to decide about how many days journey is it?
It's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks
2
on
weeks
foot.
from Haran to
Oh.
her monastery.
Oh, to the monastery, you're still looking at about a week and a half, 2 weeks, because you're climbing up mountains and there aren't any really good paths.
That probably wouldn't work then unless.
Pretty kitty.
Mm,
Maybe we could ask someone in the village about what happened.
I don't believe anybody here would quite know.
I spoke a little bit with the village master the last night before going back to my room to read the book I got. He said that there's someone that sells information.
Interesting.
And it may be a long shot, but I don't know if we could find anything there, but it may be useful. Also, he said something about being on your best behavior.
It is very pertinent information for some of us in our group, I believe. We can most certainly go. I'd still like to hopefully try to send word to my monastery. Mostly because my lineage would know more about visions from Cree rather than others would. But I would still like to visit this person you've been told about.
Hey, Stumblr,
Yes.
get my message? Nope. One person did.
Are you feeling okay?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, pause for a second as he says that. As you say, who, me? I gotta send this to Stumblr as well.
Yep.
Okay, what?
I sense I'm physically fine, and I appear to have all of my mental capabilities.
But you
don't.
look.
You look awful.
But I mean, I am still covered in blood. What have you said, Marie?
Sickly awful.
I do find myself slightly hungry. It has been an eventful evening. And honestly, it's been quite a while since we last ate, I believe.
Let's head inside. We'll get someone to look at you and see about breakfast.
Very well.
Alright, you guys head inside. You find one of the healers kind of going around doing their rounds, spot you guys. Is there something I can help you with?
Our
Oh, miss, you look very sick. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm quite. I did suffer an injury recently, and I find myself quite famished now.
Oh.
Whatever you're writing, you can stop writing. Whatever you can.
Oh, I can't.
No.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, would you at least allow me to check your temperature? You are very pale.
Yes, sure. I feel that is in my best interest.
Kind of approach, kind of place her hand on your forehead, feel it a little bit. Well, it doesn't seem like you have a fever. It almost seems like you're colder than normal. Are you sure you're alright, miss? That thing, by the way, gets stronger as she gets closer. The second thing, not the first thing. You're not there yet.
Oh gosh. This is very distinct.
It's almost sweet.
Not that. That's not what. No.
But she kind of goes through the routine, gets you checked up, deems that other than your slightly lower than average temperature, nothing seems to be wrong. Should be good to go. Is there anything else I can help you guys with?
If you could point us in the direction of where we could find breakfast.
I mean, the market should be open. There should be also a small inn for travelers that, well, we don't really see much these days, but nonetheless, some of the men will go drinking some nights.
We'll go check them out. Thank you.
Of course. And do be sure to keep an eye on that temperature. If it's too much lower, please see somebody.
We will make a note of it. Yes, thank you.
Good. You guys head to the inn, walk in, there's a young woman behind the counter, long blonde hair, long pointed ears, these almost golden colored eyes, very angular features. Kind of, wearing glasses and stuff like that. Looks like she's almost just opening up for the day. Like the actual food section. A couple of people come down from what you would assume are the rooms upstairs.
Stop typing. No. What now?
Good morning. Is there anything I can get for all of you this morning? We've got some breakfast currently getting made. We'll get you some drinks, water, coffee, tea.
Breakfast and tea sounds wonderful, miss.
Of course. And you, sir? Yes, the one in the background seems to be trying to hide behind the other two. Not working
Okay.
behind her. She is far too short for that.
Kellen, you want some food and drink?
I'll just take what he's having.
Of course. And miss? You didn't think you were going to get ignored, did you? No.
Oh, I'll have whatever it is you were making quite recently. It smells quite divine.
Hey, okay.
Of course, it's nothing different. It's some of our veggie burgers, veggie patties, some eggs, couple of hash browns. Sound good?
Yes, yes it does.
We'll make you guys some food. As you guys are sitting down at the bar or a table, up to you.
Bar would probably be easier for the half dragons.
Yeah, it's right next to Percy.
The way you're giggling makes me feel nervous.
Okay, to give you an idea of how my night's going, it's all of this. This has no meat in it.
Oh.
Stop it! I want to go to sleep like Percy now. I don't want to be ignorant.
Oh no.
Curious to be nosy. It was like, this feels bad. I should break it.
I have an idea of what's going on outside of character.
Eventually the lady brings you guys your food, sets it in front of you.
I'm about to block you from messaging me ever again.
If this tastes as fine as the meat, this is going to be a great breakfast. Thank you.
You guys start eating?
Yeah?
Was that a mm-hmm? Or a mm-hmm?
Sure.
To most of you, this breakfast is absolutely divine. Mavakri, it tastes like fucking cardboard. And even cardboard might taste better.
Okay.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god, please.
Nope.
$19.
You manage not to throw up your breakfast.
Oh my god. So she does look like a little green now. She didn't before.
Anyway, you guys get through your breakfast. Some of you, it's a little tougher than the others.
Well, Malvacree, you were the one that was hungry. Satisfied?
Character, fuck you, Stumblr. Fuck you.
Sorry! I'm trying to conversate!
Conversate with the other one that needs to work on their social skills. Leave the sickly one alone. I did find it filling. So it did its intended purpose. I believe.
Ellen, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was great.
I agree.
One of the best things I've had in a long time.
It's not better than my cooking, is it?
Kid. Of course not.
Kind of
Close second, but not better.
pops up.
I will say yours is significantly better, Tin.
You don't have to flatter me. It's okay.
I assure you it's not.
Mavakri, are you sure you're feeling okay? You don't look good.
Get away from the fucking keyboard.
Draven,
I don't even care if it's not to me. Get away from the fucking keyboard.
can any of us make an investigation check to see if we notice anything else?
You can. But I will say this, you probably aren't going to come up with anything more, because there's not much else to, really diffuse from this situation.
Valkyrie's gonna get up. I believe I need to get some fresh air if you don't mind. I do also have a library I need to see, and she's gonna leave.
Is 18?
He's acting strange.
Is she okay?
I mean, the healer at the tree said that she was fine, other than unusually cold.
So it might be a good idea to go over to that place that we could get information from, because this isn't normal.
Yeah.
Well, while you guys go do that, I was hoping I could borrow some money so that I could, pick up some ingredients and such for the road.
Sure thing, but make sure Bayford is around you when you do. Or Redford, or what?
Bayford.
I forgot the name.
Sir Bayford.
Bayford. Okay.
Something wrong?
No, I'm just worried about you.
Well, he's snoring.
I mean, she made it here on her own.
I suppose you're right.
I can also do this.
She kind of puts her headband back on, covering up her ears. Immediately looks like a little halfling girl.
Is this better?
A little, yes.
Just want you to be safe.
I'll be okay. Not my first rodeo. It's not like a big city.
So, how much do you need?
Well, it depends on what you want. I mean, I really don't know. I don't normally buy it. I grow and hunt it myself normally, but
I kind of look over to Percy and just like,
Gold would we even have?
no, that's to get like prices. You would know that better than anybody, probably.
No.
No?
He doesn't make his own food.
Oh.
He works for his food.
I see. Okay, I get it.
Mallory's working for his food.
Percy! Percy! I suppose now's the time. Now's the time. It's Percy time.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I'll hand over 5 gold pieces just to be on the safe side, because I don't know how much it's gonna be. So.
Yeah, you sure? Okay.
She'll put in her coin purse very gingerly.
Then I'm gonna go collect that stuff. If you guys are gonna go do that thing, you should probably go get Mavakri before she gets lost in the library.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of going without her.
Speaking of library, I have to unfrost this book.
Okay, well, I'll see you guys later.
And she'll literally hop off the stool. She's so short. And scampers out of the fucking inn. And that, my dear friends, is where we're going to take our first break. So we will be right back, folks. Give us about 10-15 minutes to get some snacks, some water, bathroom, and any other sort of things that our players may need. I may need as well, because this is I will see you guys shortly. Whoa, that got cranked up.
Is it paused?
Hello, folks. We are back. Anyway, you guys exit the inn. Meanwhile, Mavakri, you get to the library just as the lady's kind of opening up. Kind of has one cup of what looks to be some really steaming hot coffee in hand, or tea, and then the other hand is opening up the library.
Oh, good morning.
Oh, yes. Good morning.
Oh, come in.
Open the door.
She'll go in.
What are you looking for?
She's actually gonna
Ahem.
ask the librarian. I was wondering if I could exchange this book with you. It comes from my monastery.
It depends on what book.
I was wanting a book on Arcana specifically.
Magical arts? That be any particular arcana? Because, I mean, we have books on the weave, we have books on every different school of magic, we have books on different capabilities of magic, different practices.
What was the illusory script?
That was for me. That was
Yeah.
That was wizardry. And that is illusionary.
Illusory
I'm just making sure.
script.
I'm
What
just
kind
making
of is
sure.
it?
I'm looking. Just give me a second. Yeah. Illusion.
It is called a illusory script.
I'm just making sure. I'll look around a little bit and see what I can find.
Of course.
If you would like, I can leave this book with you to see if it is
Why don't you hold
worth
on
an
to it
exchange.
beforehand? It seems like it's in fine quality. Know my books.
Very well. She'll kind of start perusing the
You
library.
don't peruse long before you hear the doors open again. And you hear,
Oh, you're back, and you brought a friend?
Yeah, have you seen our other friend?
I do not know. I do have one patron in here looking around the Arcana section.
That's probably them. Which way?
Is the Arcana section.
and as she says that, you do notice there's a big sign that says Arcana.
Ah,
And the book?
right. Give it back to her.
Why is
I
it
used
wet?
prestidigitation. I used prestidigitation earlier. I wanted to use prestidigitation to warm it up, not too hot.
It seems almost. Okay.
She just kind of puts the book on the desk with this foul look on her face.
Would mending be able to fix that?
No,
It's
except
just wet.
That's just worn.
it's not damaged in the way that mending fixes things.
That's what I was thinking.
It got a few hundred years older in the past night.
Yeah, it did.
Oh no.
But as you guys head into the Arcana section, you can see Mavakri perusing.
Yeah.
Find what you're looking for?
Not sure yet.
So, there's a place somewhere in the woods, that we can go to ask questions, as long as we're on our best behavior. Kind of just tugs at Percy for a second. I don't look at him, but I just tug.
Give him an elbow.
Yeah.
Like, that's for you, buddy.
We would like to go there, and we want you to come with us.
Oh yes, I did intend to go with. I was just wanting to possibly exchange the book that I have.
Okay.
I'm not sure reading on the art of stealth is going to be much use of me anymore.
Fair enough. Looking for anything in particular? Anything we can help with?
Hmm. Trying to think. I was wanting to look for a book on Incarna that would help more with the spell that Kellen gave me. I understand the concept of it, but some of the formulas are a little complicated for me.
Kellen, your nerd brain is being activated.
I shall roll an investigation.
I'll say we'll give you advantage. This is your wheelhouse.
Alright, that's a 19 for the first one. And that is a... That is an 18 for the second one.
Okay, it doesn't take you long to find a book on studying illusory spells that kind of breaks down the formulas and the like.
I'm kind of like...
I will let you completely improv what's in this book. Go for it, Zone.
Well, first of all, I'm kind of reaching in behind the shelves, just trying to make sure... I already ruined one book, I'm not ruining multiple others. So, and then I pull out this, I would say that this is probably a beginner's manual to illusory magic, just because you gotta understand the formulas to get there, so... If you want to take it a step further, that's on you, but it's like the beginner's guide to understanding the construct of an illusion.
We'll say this. This is the first time you've seen... Hi, Kat. This is the first time you have seen Kellen actually not stutter in his sentences.
So, This is a book on illusory. It is the construct and the basic. This is the basics on how it's created, what you're creating, how you're visualizing, and then...
Mavakri.
No, she's listening. She's intended. She's like, okay, yeah, this is actually quite perfect for what I'm looking for. It may even help me with the minor illusion spell that I do know.
You know an illusion spell?
Oh yes, remember we discussed it earlier.
Oh, right.
So, we did.
No, I remember that. Yeah. Happened at the campfire. He kind of just hands it over, and then...
I'll see if maybe I can get away with taking 2 books, because my book is quite more advanced.
What type of book is it?
Oh, it's a book on stealth.
Hold up. What the heck? Why? Sorry, stream. What the heck? I went to look something up on my phone and it disconnected me.
Oh.
Oh.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
So, if I open this book, what's all there?
It's basically a almost like this one, a manual of sorts, but it is clearly more advanced. It is more about rather than, using magic, it's closer to using your surroundings to make yourself invisible, to kind of move through spaces without being noticed at all, to where you're basically almost silent.
I think I already mastered this.
He said, I believe you have.
Then you guys remember him tripping over the bucket.
Are you sure about that?
I believe that would be more associated with dexterity and acrobatics, which I'm sure they have a section here. We could go look for it, actually. You see Mamakri kind of start taking up.
Okay, what books are you grabbing? I have to make sure I keep us on track here.
Well, she's got the beginner's manual for illusionary spells. Probably gonna look for one on curses.
Okay.
Specifically cursed items. Or actually, no. Actually, she's gonna go to the librarian. I do have a question for you, ma'am. Would you have a book on a entity, I guess, of sorts? Do you have a section for that? Just on entities as a whole.
I mean, it depends. Are you talking about gods, demons, devils,
I
dragons?
am unsure.
That does not help. What does this entity present us?
I would say malevolent. Very much a dark arts situation, I suppose.
Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Do they, have a tendency to make sacrifices, or do they have a tendency to turn into something else on the full moon? Are they...
The sacrifice one is quite a potential. I'm unsure of the moon one, though.
Okay, well, do they have a draw towards blood? A extreme urge to drink it, one might say?
I am unsure, but given some particular bits of information I have, it is a potential, I suppose.
Make me a persuasion check.
$18.
Well, I mean, we do have books on vampires, if that is what you're looking for.
I
So are you
suppose
not
I
getting
could start
the
there.
arcane book then?
Oh, well, I was wondering if I could take two in exchange for the one. You see, mine is quite an advanced level in the arts of stealth.
And a book on the vampirism is also quite an advanced book.
Oh, that is true. You are correct on that. I suppose I will take the second one as an exchange.
Then it'll be over here.
And she'll just kind of snap her fingers, holds her hand open, and you feel this book shoof, right by your head. Catches it, sets it down. This is a very thick tome. And it says across the top, vampirism, its origins, how to know if you are one. That is the name of the book.
That's interesting to have in a library. Are you a vampire? Read here to find out.
Then I will make the exchange for this one. As for the other, you may take it and read on it as long as you're within the city.
Yes, they will give you favor. Already giving away one of their books is enough of a favor, even if it is trading.
I will hold off on the illusion spell one for now. And she will hand over the stealth book.
She'll take the stealth book as she's holding her hand out, puts that one on the counter, holds her hand out for the illusion book that you have.
Oh, she had already put that up.
Oh, you put it back already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you had it with you. You never said that.
I don't think she did.
Well, either way, it's staying here nonetheless.
Yeah.
Then have a wonderful day and enjoy your read.
Ah, yes, thank you.
You definitely feel like you have eyes on your back as you walk out with that book.
Why? I know why.
Why? You know, that's fair.
Of course, it would be called that.
Also, you guys now can see this book, because I'm assuming you were walking with her.
I'll say Kellen's just in the background, just like peeking over the shoulder just to look.
Just like, ooh, look.
Not my monkey, not my circus. I, as a player, desperately want to know more. Priscilla, not so much.
What are you guys doing now?
So, do you have directions to...
Could you not? Yeah, you.
He said that it was somewhere in the woods. I mean, we could go ask him again.
The woods are kind of big.
It would be in our best interest to ask for a better sense of direction. Maybe even a map of sorts.
I'd like to get a compass too.
Psst, Mavakri, you have a map. Merlin
do?
gave you one. Back at the castle when you guys were going to, do your initial mission.
Mm-hmm.
He gave you a map of the region.
Actually, now that I think about it, last session I had my owls scouting around the area in order for me to draw something with the cartographer's tools. No? Okay.
No.
Tried to check.
We rolled that. You did not get a natural 20, which is the only way it would have noticed. Anyway. You guys go looking for the Lord?
Yep.
With the healers? Well, best place to start, the tree.
Yep.
Where,
So
yeah,
we had-
find him, kind of conversing with some of the other with the same nurse that had looked at Mavakri earlier. I'm assuming the book's put away at this point.
Yeah, she probably put it in
She's like,
her
we're
bag.
gonna stuff that
Or-
away now.
Okay.
You approach and he kind of holds up a finger for just a brief second as he finishes his conversation. Then he turns and motions you forward.
Hey,
Good morning. What can I do for you?
you had told Callan of someone who may be able to help us with information.
I did, yes.
We were hoping for some more specific directions on how to find them.
Mark will pull out her map. If you would be so kind as to mark it on here. Or at least show us directly where to go.
You may head north. Those who are
North?
meant to see her will find her.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, I believe we have our direction. Is there anything else in town we need to do? Or is Tin going to be coming along with us?
We should find her, yeah. I don't like the idea of leaving her too alone for too long.
I may advise against that.
No? Why?
What does she always say? The best things always come in pairs of 3.
Okay.
Well, we should at least find Tin to let her know that we're leaving for a moment.
We
Oh.
should.
Also, who said that?
You'll see.
Oh. He had his book out, ready to write that down. Just
Disappointed.
Still write it down.
yeah. Okay.
Mystery woman.
So just to get it, so the quote was the best of things used to come in threes.
The gist.
Well, Tin went to the market, so she's probably still there.
You guys head to the market?
Yep.
We'll get you where you belong eventually here, Jesus Christ. Hour and 20 minutes.
Yep.
You guys head to the market. For sake of fucking brevity, she is currently shopping around.
Hey, listen, we gotta tell our child where we're going, okay? We don't want to worry her.
Okay.
Okay, so we tell her, and then we head north.
Yeah, as you guys tell
we
her,
just simplified the.
as you tell her, just to simplify it, she tells you, you already did this morning. And
Oh,
she is
yeah.
aware.
We did, didn't we?
Yep. You did.
I think Mama Crew was already gone by that point.
Yeah, she was.
Slurp, slurp. Anyway, you guys head north. I should go and find better music.
If only one of us was a druid. The badger power would be here. Badger, 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 badger.
You guys begin heading into the woods. Sounds of birds and swaying vegetation in the breeze catches your ears. At first, it's pretty tame. You can navigate the woods pretty easily. Trees aren't too close together, but the farther you get, the more wild it gets. Almost wild to the point where there's colors that you normally wouldn't see on the material plane. Reminds you of a wild place. Places that two people would have read about. Vegetation that reminds you of the Feywild. You traps farther, farther. At one point, you even think you see these blue dots zipping around in the air, where they quickly disappear. The entire time, you feel curious eyes on your back.
I
Unseen
believe I'm
eyes.
starting to see what he meant.
Wait, hold on. Wait, we feel eyes on our back. Hold on. Yeah, Kellen's gonna be a little anxious now. Kinda just trying to avoid.
Oh, there's eyes. There's no escaping
Yeah,
it.
yeah. But he's gonna be trying to at every turn, every try.
Yeah,
Of course,
every
it seems
time
to
you
be
try to
fun.
avoid it, the more the eyes seem to fall on you. At one point, Kellen, you even feel a tap on your shoulder from something really tiny. But when you turn to look at it, panic, nothing's there. And you swear you heard very small giggling noises?
It's not gonna stop him. He's gonna try. Even if he can't not.
Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth with disadvantage.
Okay, I will. That is a 14 plus 5 for the first one. And that is an 8 plus 5 for the second one.
Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah, okay.
Mavakri, you're in awe of this place. Never seen anything quite like it.
Oh yeah, she's probably looking around like, I've wanted to visit here and see this place, but it is quite difficult to get here.
You don't feel like you're in the Feywild, but there has to be some kind of planar rift nearby. At one point, Mavakri, you catch the glimpse of this small humanoid, and I mean like 2-3 inches tall, with these large, in comparison to the body, butterfly-like wings. Kind of flies by, glances at you guys. You watch it goes over to Kellen and kind of circles his head a few times, almost kind of watching him, looking at him, studying the, nervous wreck.
Just fucking with them at this point, just like, flies the fuck off. Just mind fucking this man.
But what catches you off guard is after about a half hour's worth of walking, Kellen, what scares you the most is you watch this tree. And for a second, Kellen, you think you see eyes. Then you think you see a face. Then you realize you do see a face as a female, dressed very minimally. Very Percy, this is to your liking. Steps from the tree. Long, like oak brown hair. This almost what's the word? This very plant-like green skin. And these bright green eyes. And who understands Sylvan?
Mavakri does.
You near the Lady of the Fae. What is your business?
The other two, all you hear is like the sound of branches, trees, and leaves on the wind.
Oh, we were seeking information and we heard that she's an excellent source of it. Possibly exchange some.
Do you say this in Sylvan?
Yeah.
Mavakri starts making tree creaking noises and blowing leaf noises.
Sounds like a squirrel chirping.
You understand her.
Right
Oh, yes.
this
We had a
way.
book in it.
Oh,
And immediately she switches to common.
I am very sorry. I
Don't
am
apologize.
not used to your tongue.
Oh, you speak it quite well.
I appreciate it.
And for a second, it's almost like she looks right through you, Kellen. And Percy.
Interesting. Both halves are both just as beautiful.
She gives you a little smile as she turns and starts leading you deeper.
Y'all have been perceived.
Percy's used to being perceived, so man.
You definitely
Yeah.
Kellen
get,
feels intruded.
you feel like you just got true sighted.
Oh, okay.
I feel intruded upon, like my privacy was just null and voided.
And I'm just like, I feel naked.
And as you start getting closer, the mood changes. Appreciate the music I went searching for.
I just like there was two probably different reactions to that. There's Helen like, oh, I feel naked. Percy, look at me. Perceive me.
More or less.
As you enter into this clearing, and in the center of the clearing, you now see what looks to be strange fey creatures you've never seen before. Kind of conglomerated around this house. This shack. But I don't know if you can call it that because it almost looks like gnarled roots grew up in this shape of a shack. Greenery growing off all sides. Fairies and pixies dance around this tiny shack. And you can sense an immense amount of magical energy coming from this shack. And the Dryad, this is as far as I take you, gives you a gentle bow before literally melting into a tree.
Mavakri will bow back and probably in Sylvan, just because she knows that's their native tongue. Be like, oh, thank you for guiding us here. It's much appreciated.
And then you hear voices from all around you, from every tree on the edge of the clearing. You are welcome.
Interesting.
Then you guys all mentally hear, three have come, three do see. Will they stay, or will they flee?
Well, let's not leave them waiting. Percy will start walking toward the shack.
Mavakri will follow.
Alright.
Kind
I feel
of
like she's
following
still a
behind
bit
them.
respectfully bowing to all the like little fairies and whatnot she sees.
It's taking
feels like-
so long for you, because there's so many different creatures. At one point you see a centaur kind of lumber out of the woods for a second, looks over and immediately darts off.
Also, just out of character, Eris, is that you? I was like, oh god, another riddle.
I suppose you guys didn't get a chance to read the title of the episode, did you?
Oh, I did.
I did, but I forgot it.
Oh.
So you approach the shack.
Oh.
As you guys get closer, you watch as there's no door, there's no windows. But as you grow closer, you watch as the roots almost peel themselves open, revealing a small dark room before you. This soft glow, amber glow, coming from within. You enter, don't wait.
And Percy will head in.
Oh, Mavakri.
Can I make an arcana to see what type of magic's flowing around us?
Sure.
Oh god.
That is a 13 plus 7, so dirty 20.
You kind of try and take it in, and your magical synapses just kind of pop as you try to figure out what it... You sense illusion, you sense enchantment, you sense evocation, this, that. You sense magics you've never sensed before, but above all else, you get this strong feeling that you get when you're around elves, but about 100 times stronger. It partially feels oppressive, but also almost free and wild and untamed.
Ah. So when you said magical synapses pop,
your magical awareness is just like, it's overloaded.
ah. Yeah.
Got a bit of a night twitch over there, Kellen.
Ah.
Oh, God.
That backfired.
It did. It's fine.
Yup. I expected nothing less.
And as you guys enter, there will be a new reference art in the NPCs now.
Ew.
Once I get it in. Hold on.
Give us the art.
Alright, now I have 2 things to add to... No, I have 3 things to add to my artwork in my book.
As you enter, you see this elven woman dressed in white gown, long, straight black hair, is pointed elven ears, and brilliant, soft green eyes. The woman just sitting next to the fire. Long awaited. You are.
It's a pleasure to meet you, miss.
Especially after you've traveled so far. Please sit, don't stand. Kind of just holds her hand out to the multitudes of chairs that are all different makes. It's just this chaotic difference. There's no... In this room, there is no...
Feng shui.
Yeah, there's no...
Maybe the feng
There's no
shui is the
cohesive
chaos.
Yeah, there's no cohesiveness, there's no... Nothing matches anywhere.
Sounds like my kind of house.
It's just wild and chaotic, but tame and calm.
Percy will look for a chair that can accommodate his tail.
You kind of look around and you watch as one of the chairs shifts.
Robert will sit down in one, just at random.
It changes into your favorite chair.
Oh, interesting. Oh, it's even got the chip correct.
Kellen would go for one that's near kind of like a quiet place.
Well, they're all in a circle.
Oh, well, he'd go for the one that would give him the most protection from view.
That's none of them.
Okay, I
They're
choose the
equally
one.
perceived.
Then I choose the one that's just over there.
Okay, you sit in a chair over there. Got it. It immediately changes into your favorite chair. Or dream chair, per se. If you have a chair that... If there's a chair that Kellen really wants or would think
It's
would
a
be...
box.
Yeah, it does not do that.
Shares a box with a
Are
little
you
slut
sure?
Who goes there?
No, that would be a room. Not a chair.
Like, what type of chairs are we talking about? Like, can it be like,
Oh, I bet it's like one of those egg chairs that like really surrounds you. I feel like that's Kellen's kind of chair. Like...
No, that would be Kellen's chair.
It would
curls
be
up in it.
just keep in mind it's a chair. You're still visible. You cannot hide.
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
here.
no, that's fair, that's fair. But it would
Gives
be
the
something that
sense
would make
of
me
it.
feel comfortable. Like, feel like there's less people looking at him. so it's like
Eyes can't see me in here.
I have cover in the back and on the sides.
Welcome to my humble abode.
It's quite lovely here.
You seek answers. Ask you must. Do not wait.
Our friend here says she feels fine, but she doesn't look well. What's going on with her?
On the outside appears sickly, gloomy. Within, though, she is filled with doom. Hunger will soon befall her. Contain herself, she won't be able.
Is it fixable?
All is fixable if you know where to look. But again, you need to know where to look.
Mercurial reached her bag. Would it happen to be in this book?
It is possible books hold information. Kay's over here like, I was hoping for straight answers, this isn't it.
My immediate thought was just to respond. Like, would Mercury respond also in a riddle that helps, kind of rhymes with it?
Copper.
It's either that, or deal with the gestation. The spirit won't stay still. And
Where-
eventually, it'll bring chill. Just not the one of emotion.
Where do we find the information to cure her?
Some might
Please
say
don't
it's
say
obvious.
library.
Some may say it's difficult. Stumblr. Motherfucker, I hate this shit!
Best behavior, best behavior, best behavior. We go from Corellius, deep breath.
Just breathe. I am.
Oh no, that was said many times with Corellius.
Can you fix her?
Then I could, if I wanted. But that would be overstepping.
On what?
Fate. One must always cross that gate on their own accord.
Are we in danger with her?
Hard to say. No danger seems to persist. But who knows? That may change in an instant.
So, along our journey, we're gonna be traveling. Do you know of any dangers along the way that we should be wary of?
Everything can be dangerous. One such as you should know. It's why you've hidden. Crawled away in your own little holes. But it also can be full of adventure and thrill. But nonetheless, find what you must, you will. Kay hates having this turned on her.
And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, how to word some of it. I'm trying to think of what all they need to find out. Hold on.
And you can't give us straight answers on some of this because fate.
Fate is fickle. Always gets in the way. But it is designed in such a way. If one knew fate, they would not grow.
Climate is easy for some.
Out of curiosity, miss, would you happen to know anything of infernal puzzle boxes?
Strange riddles those are. Fun they can be, but also deadly by far. Don't fail. Your mind may explode. Synapses bursting. A sight to behold.
Out of character. No, it's not.
We already got enough mental trauma with people's heads exploding.
Yeah, y'all can open this one. Y'all can go through it next.
It doesn't have to open you.
Is it true that each are unique to the person? It's what I've read, but books were very, very minimal on them.
Please repeat, I do not quite understand. Out of character. What?
Babakri asked if it was true that each infernal puzzle box is unique to its person.
Unique
Because
to person.
what information she has read was very minimal on them.
Unique to person, not quite so. Unique themselves. That is so.
Oh, so there could be multiples of the same type of puzzle box.
Incorrect. That's not so. They're individualistic.
Each puzzle box is its own unique puzzle, but it's not dependent on the person solving it.
It's dependent on the
I
deal that they
see.
made to make it.
So yes, the information was correct. That each are different.
Correct. Just not to individuals.
I'll really pull out her notes and make her own little note of that to correct it at some point.
Do you mind if I maybe try to draw you in my book?
More Kellen art?
Yeah.
Draw if you must, but do not be afraid. What you see is not what you see. I saw that look on Zone's face go, do I want to draw her?
The answer is yes, because this is also...
You won't be drawing what you
His-
see.
I know. But he's
Well,
still going to do it.
Like, I'm
It's a
kind of
part of his
curious now
journey.
too.
It's a part of his journey. It's a part of the experiences he's been through. So
Okay.
that is the first actual good roll. That is a 17 plus my charisma, and
Zone,
I
would you go to do your thing? I will be sending you an image on what you see.
okay.
Well, what
That
your
is the
picture will draw. I should say.
It is a part of the journey, so therefore he will draw it. The same way he's probably going to draw some of the fairies and the dryad.
Here you go, Zone.
Oh, I have 3 things to draw now. I just look down, and then look up.
This man was too stunned to speak.
The look on his face was.
I just
"Oh,
looked down
fuck."
and then looked
Just
up
a
and
blink,
looked
blink.
down and then looked up.
This is
What?
not lining up.
That's what comes out on the paper.
Yep.
You still see her.
Uh,
She just gives you a sweet smile.
I hate that the best thing that he's drawn so far is the thing that's gonna give him nightmares. Thank you.
Oh,
You're welcome.
But also it kind of makes sense because this is the easiest thing to draw. What exactly are you?
I am me, and that is it.
It's not explainable.
Strange, isn't it?
I just love how he was specifically told be respectful. Immediately, are you?
No, that's more inquisitive.
That's respectful, buddy.
it can be perceived as disrespectful, though.
So you are you. Okay.
Is there anything else that we should know?
There are many things, but you do not ask. If you want, that is your task. It's why you came. It's why you're here. That's not for me. I'm
Well,
not
I'm-
your ears.
Allow me to rephrase. Is there anything you would like us to know?
Many, many things.
Would you like to share?
If you ask properly, I will share all I know.
Percy, I believe what she is saying is if you don't ask her directly, she cannot tell you.
Stumblr over here like easy info? Damn it!
No.
No. I had to try. I knew it wasn't going to work. I had to try.
I trust Merlin, but I'm also curious about how she said that King Arthur was a liar or something like that.
Oh, yes, you
God.
weren't there for that conversation, were you? I did inquire about it with Sir Merlin. It was apparently because she was tasked to retrieve something and attuned to it, though.
Mistakes were made. She was warned. She disobeyed. Her ties were torn.
What was it that she attuned to?
He wasn't allowed to say. He apparently took an oath.
Question is, was that to her or to Mavakri?
To her.
The seed of darkness holds many secrets. One of those is a secret to magics. Magic's not revealed for safety of the world. What she found, she chose to unfurl. And with her find, she brought blight upon all. And brought forth quite a mighty foe. A lizard with wings that soars through sky will bring damnation to all it sees with eyes. Something not of here, not of this plane. Something of there. Something quite profane. Evil actions, but good intentions. Prevent.
Can I?
Or, well, let's just say, destruction comes with bad intention.
And so earlier I heard that Merlin swore on the sticks. Can I make a history check to see exactly if I've read anything about what the sticks are?
That's easy. The river Styx. A
Yeah.
river that runs, a living river that runs through the land of the dead, that when sworn upon gives extreme consequences to anyone who breaks their oath.
Not
Okay,
Styx,
I'll-
Sticks, Styx.
Well, no, but I had to make sure that Kellen knew what that meant.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah.
there are people who you've probably met who have willy-nilly made promises on it, and oh boy, they met their demise real fast after they broke it.
Gotcha.
Or someone close to them did.
Merlin said that he swore on the sticks. I don't suppose you could... I mean, I don't want to cause him to take any... like, break the pact or whatever that he made with it, but do you think maybe you can enlighten us to the point where... or just give us a crazy riddle that may...
Everyone make me perception check as he says that.
Oh boy. On that one.
7.
Kellen.
Oh, you want me to do it too? Okay.
Yeah, everyone in the room.
That is an 11 plus, I believe, 2, so 13.
Can we use passive perception?
Sure, why not?
Okay, that's a 13 then.
Because I have a 15 for passive.
I'll stick with my 13.
We're all just sitting in the room. We're looking directly at her.
We're gonna change the ambiance.
Oh no.
No.
Oh,
Kellen,
no.
you were
Kellen?
totally respectful. Why would you call her riddles crazy?
Yeah. But he's having fun listening to them. That's the thing.
Everything changes as you watch your head tilt. My riddle's crazy, you say. Well, let me show you what they can sway. You watch the smile go. You guys watch her skin seem to tighten and draw back. Kellen, you're looking at your drawing that you made earlier. You look up at her, you look down at your drawing, and you see her skin pull back into these gnarled roots, her entire body made of this wooden amalgamation of what looks like rotting trees. One may call me crazy, and my riddles insane. But one might say running in fear from nothing. Well, it's anything but mundane. Harmless trees and harmless shadows. The largest one hides and wallows. Maybe a reason he should have. I could show him. Unless his
yes.
manners return too polite.
Sorry, I
Kellen,
called you
I
riddles
believe she's
crazy.
asking for an apology. You You did insult her a bit.
I'm sorry.
And as she starts to sit up, you notice you guys almost feel like you get smaller. Where's the room getting bigger? Or is she getting bigger and the room getting bigger? You can't quite tell until the woman before you seems to be a part of the entire house. You notice her feet now are met with the house and entwined with the roots that make up the building itself. The chairs you sit in, they suddenly lash out and lash you into your chairs, which change into these gnarled, thorny seats.
The Witch of the Fae does not take kind. This is something you may find.
In every movement, you can hear the creaking of branches.
It would be unwise to displease someone quite in tune to the forest as you are. It's very impressive. And I say that quite sincerely.
Are you trying to use flattery here?
No, it's just it's a like a logical, like, just kind of perception for Mavakri, like the way she's seen this woman and the way she's just seen the whole entire room kind of move with her. Like, she's literally one with the forest. Like, she's that, like, arcanely powerful.
And many have come to me with questions of older. But a name if you must have, you may call me for an elder.
And immediately you recognize that. What is the name of the woods that this entire city is currently in?
For an elder.
The Foreign Elder Forest.
So you are essentially the forest.
The forest is me and I am it.
That does make sense. One cannot be without the other, much like me and Cree.
Interrupting is just as rude. I would watch
My
your tongue.
apologies.
You've noticed the riddles, and the rhyming has stopped.
Would be ashamed to find you in one of my brew.
And you
One of her what?
brew, as in B-R-E-W.
Oh, okay.
And it's at this moment you notice this acrid smell of sap and bitter. And is it the first time that you've actually noticed the stew that is on the fireplace? It is this bubbling, green, acrid liquid. And the thing that worries you the most is you notice this small fairy body the top then sink back in, and all you hear is
Yes, please forgive my friends. They sometimes let their curiosity get the better of them, and they don't always think before they speak. They mean no disrespect, they're just not used to minding their manners.
This one knows words. The smith at his best.
You flatter me.
Not flattery. It was more of a test. At least not full of themselves. This one is. Pleasant surprise.
room starts to shrink down again. Just ever so slightly. And you realize why you guys suddenly felt uneasy. Not just because she suddenly grew. You noticed when her emotions were calm, you felt calm. When her emotions got erratic, suddenly you felt stress, fear. And then the thought of, if we leave on an offended note, we have to travel through her. Quite literally.
One good reason I await an answer. A secret, if you may. My particular... what would you call them? Benefactor enjoys them dearly. One from each should suffice. And don't give me shallow shit. You, wordsmith, are safe for now. Watch your tongue, or I'll make you bow.
Does she want a secret?
A deep and personal one.
Just from those two?
Yep.
Hmm.
And a gift I'll give, if it suffices.
Which I am working on right now, so figure it the fuck out because I want to give it to you.
If I would have your permission, could I approach to show you something?
Are you afraid to show?
Physical secret. Not afraid, more protective.
She'll hold up her hand and you watch as her fingers kind of move. The vines move you into a standing position.
I do thank you for this sign of trust. I understand.
You feel them squeeze just ever so slightly, the thorns digging into your skin.
Saying it sincerely, like she just.
I know. It's more of a, this is trust.
Yeah.
But it
May
can be
I
taken away very quickly.
approach?
She'll pull, and the vines will loosen but pull you forward.
Mama Cree's gonna, not fast, because she's like, okay, I'm just showing that I'm polite, and just grab, like, just her regular bag that she has, and kind of pull it forward and open it to where the lady can see a very specific book that she has. I was guarded with its safekeeping.
The master will be pleased. It's in good hands.
And you're moved back, sat down, and the vines actually wrap themselves around the top of the bag and pull it shut before either of the other two can see inside. As a matter of fact, the vines tie it shut and then break off, and you feel this magical enchantment on these vines suddenly comes into play and locks around the bag.
What other things in this bag, though?
Oh no.
Rations.
It's like,
Oh no, wait, the book! The library book was in there! Fuck! I can't even read that!
Hey, it says for prying eyes!
Are these vines going to come with us when we depart the forest, or will they stay?
You suddenly feel a magical saying come into your head that'll allow you to make the vines unfurl when needed. But the minute that something is removed, they tighten back up. Should you try to remove that, you feel like you might lose your hand to the bag.
Mallory will bow her head. I do greatly appreciate the extra security in aid.
She has
Truly.
completely turned her attention off of you at this point and looked
Yep,
at...
damn, shut up, say less. Say less.
Looks right at Kellen.
Helen, I know you're quite shy, but would you please offer something for her?
It just has to be a secret, right?
One that's personal. One that means something. Not something shallow. Something real.
I didn't always know I could use magic. When I was younger, I got mad and ended up hurting one of my siblings. The first cantrip I ever used was frostbite. After that, my family never looked at me the same. I was a monster, or dangerous. And that's when I started hiding myself away.
For a moment, she's quiet, studying you intently. Why? The vines around her still writhing as they were. For a second, Kellen, everything from your past plays in your head. Was it all for naught? Is this the end? Did I get everyone killed? Is this my fault? Again? You watch her form begin to shift back to its previous, very polite, relaxed, elven form. You guys feel that gentle wave of calmness come over you again. The panic subdued.
Wait outside. I will prepare. Do not touch. Will not fare. Do not leave. The woods won't allow. Now step out now.
Mallory doesn't get up and go. And just sit outside. There's like a nice rock to sit on.
Helen probably bolts, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, he hides in the tall grass.
There is no tall grass.
You told me that we're in the Feywild. There's no tall
You're
grass?
not in the Feywild.
Okay, we're in a place that looks like the Feywild?
Seems like it's
Or in a
very
forest.
well kept. You feel
Then-
like she wants to be able to see what's coming.
Ah, I gotcha.
Priscilla will give her a polite bow before exiting.
And as you guys are outside, you will notice for the first time since you've been here, the front of the hut has two giant knots on the very top that seem to shift. Move. move around the hut, looking at different angles, and you realize the outside resembles the face you saw within.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's a
You guys
nice
have
rock.
time to converse together now so that I can finish your present.
Yay!
What I want to say, I don't want to say in her presence.
Helen's a little distant right now.
Okay. I would say going forward, let me do the talking. But we all had questions.
I guess it would appear I'm not as well as I assumed. And regretfully, I think my assumptions were quite correct. I think I have some reading I need to do.
Have you ever left your monastery before?
No, we did not. I'm actually the first.
So, the ways of people out here, the manners that people expect, are foreign to you.
Of sorts. I mean, I've read on some things. It's how I know some languages that I do.
Okay.
But for the, at least politics sense of most places, no. We don't have those, and it wasn't very informative, we realized, sort of early on. So we don't have any books in our collection.
Some of that isn't something you can learn from a book. You just have to experience it.
It has definitely been quite informative now that we've left the monastery. We've been learning quite a bit.
Kellen, you seem quieter than usual. You okay?
I don't like thinking back to that time.
I can understand that.
If it would appease your fears, it's not changed my judgment of your character any. You're still very much you, as I've seen you.
I'd still flirt with you if I thought it would get me anywhere.
Outside of character, what the fuck?
In character.
What?
What the fuck?
That's why this episode is brought to you by the Riz.
Yup.
I couldn't see the straight face.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm still in, like, fear processing mode here, so I'm like... Because you two just kept digging a hole and digging a hole and digging a hole, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get them out. But you played your characters well.
Yeah.
You played them too well! You played them too well!
Yeah, pretty much.
You played them too well, I have to play mine harder now!
I'm gonna have to refuse.
Use what?
You just said.
I already told you it won't get. I know it won't get me anywhere.
believe he was just confirming that, Percy, that any advances of sorts will not be reciprocated.
I still remember that first time we met.
For some reason after that, you wouldn't leave me alone.
We just kept running into each other.
I like watching people. It's fun for me.
And I enjoy being watched.
You two do seem to be quite the pair. Kind of complement each other in a sort of way.
I mean, in a way, but I'd have to say Priscilla's probably my closest friend.
That's one of the nicest things I've heard in a long time, Kevin. I mean, genuinely nice, not a shallow compliment.
I mean, we have known each other for at least like 40 years now, right?
Thereabout.
That is quite the time to know somebody.
I guess, but I think for half dragons, it's barely even a speck on the dot. Speck of a dot.
Not even half my life.
How long do your lifespans usually last? You see Mavakri's eyes start glowing a little brighter, like information.
One moment to look this up again.
And that, you get this feeling as the door creaks open again.
Mavakri's gonna stand up. Feels rude to sit when someone approaches.
Oh, she's not approaching. That is a
Well, still.
beckon.
Come on, you two. Don't leave her waiting.
It would be very rude too. Mavakri's just gonna walk. It's like, "Oh, we're gonna go.
You guys enter back in. And a sort of chill runs down your spine this time. A feeling that you know yourself you will never get. Feeling that draws you in but makes you want to pull away as fast as you can. See her sitting in her chair. This time, her eyes seem elsewhere. She doesn't tell you to sit. She doesn't tell you to approach. Her eyes close and you watch her mouth kind of open into this large gaping maw. The sickly green smoke exits her mouth. Takes on the form of Morgan Le Fay. The world at peace, it cannot stay. The shadow will loom, new foes enter the fray. Change will come that cannot be changed. The way of the world will rearrange. The form shifts again. That of Merlin. The death of a hero will come to pass. Cannot be ended and it will come fast. Fighting destiny as possible would not fare well. Many have suffered, created massive swell. Next, a hooded figure. Large Cheshire cat smile and two beady red eyes, or dots. Power will course, death will bloom. The path you walk is full of gloom. When one stands tall, he learns the truth. A truth to survive and save, but not to soothe. He will sacrifice all while birthing new life. But the future still will bring quite strife. The form shifts again. This time, Helen, to your horror, your brother stands in this mist. In form.
He remains hidden, but the shadows cannot contain. Out to the world, like it or not, he will leave stain. The form shifts again to this dark elf with long white hair, nearly midnight black skin with bright yellow eyes that seem to stained with red. Red and bloody, past full of strife and pain. She struggles with choices that drove insane, a feeling of loss, a feeling of regret. She draws on pain, her future set. Then his eyes land on you, Mavakri. Cats die when they dig too deep. Troubles and struggles become too steep. She struggles with hunger and the curse of want. But to learn what is needed, she is not.
Smoke billows for a while longer, before retreating back to the Witch of the Fae's mouth. Before you sits the gnarled, rooted woman.
Good luck, unlikely heroes. My gift has been given. Some might say this information is forbidden. But do remember, the claws of destiny will dig. And if you don't fight back, into it you'll sink.
And you blink. Suddenly you're just in the middle of a forest. A regular old forest. You get the feeling you were just delivered a prophecy. Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you, because your video cut out a few times. I'm like, the fuck did he say?
Can I get it too? Please?
It's in the
Yeah.
Oh,
Southern Kingdom's
okay.
chat.
Oh, thank God.
Gonna.
We're just gonna copy and paste that. Notes.
And with that is where we will end tonight's session. Thank you guys so much for showing up tonight. It was a good time. I'm glad I could finally drag you guys back on course because I've been waiting for this for 2 weeks. I've been sitting on this. I've been so excited for this reveal. The first half was a little unexpected. To be honest with you, it really was. Yes, it was. Estel went and hid. She was intending to stay hid. And then you went and unhid her.
She's gonna check on our team. Like, all right, here's 3 of them. Where's the 4th one?
But
now I'm in the spirit realm. Don't know how I got here.
Nonetheless, thank you guys so much for stopping in. Tomorrow at 7 p.m., feel free to stop on back. We will be running our Island of Cruelty on the day, well, the celebration of gifts. Again, that will be at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time p.m. So feel free to come on, drop on in, say hello.
Come back for the laughs. Stay for chaotic gift shopping. It's probably going to happen.
Probably is going to be 2 sessions worth for this celebration as well. I will warn. The session that follows is either going to take 2 sessions, but at the very least, the 4th session will be a long session. If not, the 3rd session, which is after the Day of Gifts, which is the celebration of stars, the last day when Keen and Olive's wedding is. That session, specifically when pertaining to Keen and Olive's wedding, will be a long session. So if you would like to come watch that, please understand that this is going to be a long one. It is a long haul. Please come on in and be ready for that, that you don't miss anything.
Again, that session has been months in the making.
Yeah.
Again, thank you guys all for the 23 people who dropped in, watched for roughly 12 minutes. All of you guys are awesome, no matter how long you were here. I appreciate you. Please be sure to come back, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We do really appreciate it. We are not doing this for money. We are doing this for entertainment value, I promise. I don't make a
We
dime.
strictly come here for the lore.
Yeah, the players don't come here for money. I don't pay them for this.
Just keep us up at night and we need answers.
Nobody pays me to do this either. This is just all because we do a lot of D&D, and I figured, it'd be really awesome to share the stories that we tell on the internet with a bunch of random strangers.
Cool with traumatic suffering if you do it live for other people's entertainment.
It's
Exactly.
not technically true. We do get paid in lore.
Yeah.
We
let me
pay
go buy my
ourselves
groceries
in the
tomorrow,
really cool
son.
math rocks that we get. That's how we pay ourselves.
Yeah, let me go buy my math rocks with lore zone.
Hey! One's value can be placed on anything.
But nonetheless, again, just saying that we really appreciate you guys through all of this here. Just dropping in, saying hi, watching it. We greatly appreciate it. Other than that, all of you guys have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing, less horrifying night than these guys had tonight. And we will see you guys next time. Peace out, folks.